All right, guys. Welcome back. It's your favorite DJ, DJ Watch. Man, I'm here, dude. And we are doing our review for Michael Jackson's Thriller. Yes, this is the album. I don't want this thing to take over on the on the AI, so hopefully it doesn't do that. But yeah, well, I've been spending the last week and a half, just pretty much giving soaking in Thriller, giving my takes on it. We did a couple of hilarious observation. That's my new series that I have on TikTok with the video Thriller, and man, I really enjoyed myself. I really enjoyed um, the album. Actually, it's it was a banger. It was a memorable moment, right? Because I was only a kid. I was only a kid when this album came out back in 1982. I was 1 years old, so really my recollection of Michael Jackson honestly didn't come until bad. Though I do remember watching Thriller, the video Thriller, and man, did it scare the crap out of me. I think I was maybe about 4 or 5, 3, 4 or 5. I'm not really quite sure how old I was when I first saw it, but it was around that age. So, but yeah, let's get into the review, shall we? Like I said, this album originally came out in 1982. This was repressed in 2015. So that lets you know pretty much how much of an impact, how much of a legacy that this album in general has left its mark on the world. Right, on the world. I don't even want to just say the music industry. I want to say on the world in general, because man, this album was is to this day 34 million certified, 34 million copies. That's certified. Now there's probably more copies out there that we don't know, right? So this thing could probably have well over 100 million. We just don't know. But certified, yeah, 34 million. That's insane. That is insane numbers. And I really don't think anybody else has come close to that. Michael Jackson owns the Guinness Book of World Records for this being the highest selling album of all time. And he owns that, and I don't see anybody coming close to that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go down the categories. So I break down my categories within five, and I go by points of five. So here are the categories. Category number one, lyrics and songwriting. Category number two, production. Category number three, vocals and performance. Category number four, cohesion and replay value. Category number five, impact and legacy. So let's start off at number one, lyrics and songwriting. What can I say about the lyrics in this song, in this album? Throughout these songs, there's some beautiful songs on here, bro. That there's just no way around it. Um, yeah, there's just no way around it on that. From every song on here, the lyrics in "Wanna Be Starting Something," "Baby Be Mine," "The Girl Is Mine," "Thriller," "Beat It," "Billie Jean," "Human Nature," "Pretty Young Thing," "The Lady in My Life." They're all beautiful songs. They're all bangers. That's the big point of it. So, the lyrics, you know what? My favorite song, lyrically wise, would probably be "Human Nature." I think that's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song. I wish I could play it here on my turntables right now, but I know I'll get a, a strike for that on YouTube. So we don't want none of those here on YouTube. Over on TikTok, I can get away with it, but here on YouTube, no, we can't play the song. So sorry, guys. Production, man, we're giving that 5 out of 5 on the production. The beats are bangers, bro. My favorite beat wise song, man, that's a tough one. It's out of between "Wanna Be Starting Something" and "Beat It." I mean, sorry, "Wanna Be Starting Something" and "Billie Jean." As far as the beats goes, I think those two are the top ones as far as the beats go and the production. I think yeah, "Billie Jean." Hey, that's a cold song, bro. That is a cold beat. And then wanna be starting something. And that one's more of a fast paced song. Billie Jean's a little bit slower, but wanna be starting something's a little bit faster, so it picks it up. And I love the way it starts it up. It starts it up nice and hard. So yeah, but I would choose between those two are probably the best beats on here, in my opinion. So we're gonna give that a 5 out of 5. They're all good. They're all at elite level. There's no drop off in the beats throughout this album. None whatsoever. There's 9 tracks on here, and you're gonna get elite level production on every single last song. So you don't have to worry about that. So 5 out of 5 on that one. Vocal performance. Wow, Michael. To me, Michael really shows his range and what he could really do, vocally, especially with "The Girl Is Mine" with Paul McCartney. Now that's a kind of like a odd pair up, but they go well with each other, and they really go well with each other. It's crazy. Um, then you have songs like "Human Nature." That's a more of a slow song, but it's beautiful. You really see Michael Jackson's range in that one. Um, then you go from "Thriller," which is more of a like a poppy song, and then you have from "Beat It," which is a socially aware song. "Pretty Young Thing," which is like an R&B disco type song, and "The Lady in My Life," which is more of a slower song. So man, Michael really shows his range vocally. To me, I think Michael is probably one of the most underrated vocalists. I really don't think there's anything that Michael could not sing, right? Because as we know from his catalog, Michael can go anywhere. He can reign in pop. He can reign in R&B. He can go into hip hop. Man, he can go into rock and roll. He can go into country. He can go into Spanish if he wanted to. Man, like there's no limit to where Michael can't go. So with that, and you see that on here with the types of different songs. It's not just all one specific genre, right? This is a pop album, but you have different types of genres within this song and different type of vocal ranges within this album. So with that, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 on that one. So now we on cohesion and replay. Please, cohesion and replay. You're gonna get automatic replay, bro. This has high replay value. You can let this thing play, have it no skips. This is a perfect to have on vinyl because you ain't gotta worry about this thing. You ain't gotta worry about this thing having to move the needle or anything like that. You ain't gotta do nothing like that. You could just let this thing play and just let it play. When it's time to flip it over to the other side, you flip it over to the other side. So, but that's what you want when you're purchasing vinyls. You want to have vinyls that you don't never have to touch. You just let it play, and that's the beauty thing of it. So, high replay value from 1 to 9, straight bangers, bro. Straight bangers. There's every last single track on this album you're going to enjoy. If you haven't listened to this album yet, I don't know where you've been, unless you're like a real youngster and you have not listened to Michael Jackson's Thriller. Even man, my daughter knows about Michael Jackson, bro, and that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. And he was he wasn't alive when she came into the world. Michael Jackson had already passed, and so yeah, she knows what's up with Michael Jackson. So yeah, just he's always gonna be one of those artists that's gonna be legendary. That's gonna be he's a timeless artist, bro. He's a generational, once in a lifetime artist, and he can never gonna be replaced. So with that, Thriller, it's a banger, bro. It's a banger. Listening to it over and over and over again, I never got tired of it. That usually when I'm playing an album over and over and over again, usually I'll be like, okay, now it's time to take a break, play something else. Nah, not with this one, bro. You Michael wasn't playing. Michael and Quincy Jones wasn't playing with this one. So yeah. So for that, we're gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Impact and Legacy, man. This is like I said. This album is the greatest selling album of all time. Um, Holds the Guinness Book of World Records. So we can't even front. Just that alone, right there. That alone, right there, shuts any kind of conversation down when you try to match up an album against this. Now, one can legitimately argue that this is probably the greatest album of all time across all genres. Because rightfully so, it owns the records, it has the numbers, it has the quality, it has the staying, lasting power. Even to this day, this sound does not sound dated. Like, bro, you could tell it's from a certain era, but you could still bump this today and not be looked upon all crazy and whatnot, right? Just because it's Michael Jackson. Man, people still bump this album to this day. I still bump this album to this day. And so, Impact and Legacy, 5 out of 5. There's very few albums that could probably rival this, artistically wise, and there's nothing, I mean nothing rivaling this numbers wise, because it's just out of this world, out of this world. So we're giving that a 5 out of 5. So overall, what's my overall take on this? Okay, lyrics and songwriting, I did give that a 4.5 out of 5. So my overall take, we're gonna give this, even though I deducted a little bit, we came from a 4.9 out of 5. We're just gonna say, bro, this is a 5 out of 5 because it is. There's anything less than that is just crazy. So to me, not only is this a classic, this album is on masterpiece level, bro. It's on masterpiece level, and there's no ands, if, questions, or buts about that. One can arguably say this is the greatest album of all time across all genres. This album will probably go down, and it is considered really as the GOAT. Michael Jackson is the standard. Thriller, sad to say, is the standard, but man, ain't nobody gonna be touching that no time soon. I don't think anybody will ever touch that. So, with that being said, yeah, I really enjoyed this album. This album is a masterpiece in my opinion. Though I really, really love this album, it's not my favorite Michael Jackson album though. That I must say. Now, reveal what my favorite Michael Jackson video is later on down the line once we get through all these reviews. And once I have it in my hands, I'll let you guys know which one it is. So, yeah. So, and on the Demon Time meter, yes, we did run this through the Demon Time just in case. You know, we got to be fair. We got to keep integrity. We got to keep spiritual eyes open. This album did come up to a 3.0 on the scale, which is crazy high. This one surprised me. I didn't think it was going to come up that high. But there are some themes there that you must watch out for. So if and when you do decide to listen, take a gander at Michael Jackson's Thriller, make sure you keep a level of discernment when you're listening to this album, because there are some themes of pride, there are some themes of self-worship, there are some themes of sexual desire, there are some themes of deception, and there are some themes of necromancy, which is bringing folks back from the dead, and that's and that's from Thriller. Even though it's in the entertainment purpose, not meant to purposely, try to bring folks back from the dead. The subject is still there, so we gotta call a spade and call it what it is. So I take the Demon Time meter seriously. Just because Michael Jackson is my favorite artist doesn't mean I'm gonna cut him any slack. If he ranks high if his album comes close to that threshold or even passes that threshold, I'm gonna call it for what it is. I'm gonna call it a spade, and and I'm gonna try to keep integrity the best way that I can. So, yeah, it is a 3.0 on the scale. The threshold is 3.5. So anything past a 3.5, just know that that's pretty much you're in enemy territory, right? So, and just because this album did not cross the threshold of 3.5 does not mean that it's a safe listen. This album, just being straight up, it has high potential to influence you in a certain way, right? This album sold 34 million copies for a reason. And this album's not spiritual at all. So, though there is a song on here called Human Nature that's uplifting, and we do like that from Michael Jackson, right? He shows the the humanity, the nature in man, and he speaks from his perspective. So, but there are some darker themes in here too. So you're really gonna get a mix of a lot of things, and just keep cautious. Stay vigilant. Make sure you have some level of discernment if and when you do decide to listen to Michael Jackson's Thriller. So, with that being said, be on the lookout for our next review of Michael Jackson. Being this is Michael Mania, and we are in the month of April, and the movie Michael is coming out in 2 weeks. So we're gonna continue these album reviews all month, and the next one I'm gonna do is Michael Jackson's Bad. So keep out on the look for that one. That will probably be ready in a couple of weeks, maybe by the time the movie comes out. No, I'll probably have it out. Wait a minute. Does the movie come out next week? Yeah, the movie comes out next week. So I'll probably be done. I'm going to try to get done with that one before the movie comes out because I really want to move along. Move along a little bit. So yeah. So be on the lookout for that. For Bad, that will be the next review. And the movie's coming out next week. I hope you guys are excited for that. I know I am. So once again, this is your favorite DJ, DJ Watch. I'm signing out. Till next time. Peace.